Good day everyone, and welcome to Exile News, the weekly show that brings you all the important news and information on Path of Exile. And the first news we got last week has been the first part of at least a two-parter, maybe even three-parter, question answered by GGG, which are pretty much the most asked questions on Reddit, on the forums, by voice, when at ExileCon, and all the kind of stuff. So, well, it's a lot of things. It's actually not a lot of things, to be honest. They could have probably answered a bit more of these, but still, we are in the weeks that are right after ExileCon and preceding the new update 3.9, so GGG is deep at work on that, also being deep at work on the 4.0, which is always going on the background. Other than that, we also got a preview of the new endgame boss battles, and it's a really cool video. You can see GGG is starting to make really cool bosses with kind of a couple mechanics, well, like several, around 5 probably, and well done, clearly identifiable, dodgeable if you are able to, and they will definitely have you prove your full value to be able to down them, especially at the beginning where they will actually pose a threat. After a while, everyone will just annihilate them, just like Shaper, Elder, and whatever else. So hopefully they will be able to last for a while. At least that's what Neon said in one of the interviews at ExileCon. They wanted these bosses to actually last as long as possible because they actually want the rewards, which are Gem Plus, to be lasting as well and not lose their value because everyone just destroys these bosses. So expect these bosses to be really hard, especially at the beginning, because making them harder at the beginning and eventually making them a bit softer is much better from a developer point of view than making them very easy and eventually making them hard. Because if people actually are able to kill them and then they find out they are not able to do it anymore, it will be not very well received. So definitely expect them to be kind of hard at the beginning, and hopefully they will be pretty cool as well and like reachable for for at least those who actually try without spending like billion hours on the game, even though I suspect that's just how it's gonna end up anyway. Also, we got some new support gems for the bow, and some of them have been teased already somewhat, but still, Arrow Nova is an arrow that turns any projectile firing arrow into basically firing one single arrow into the sky. When the arrow ends, it's called actually payload. When the payload arrow ends, or rather reaches the ground, it explodes into 5 basic arrows, and 5 means you can increase this number by GMP, LMP, whatever else. And well, it's kind of interesting. I don't know, probably with chain allows you to explode the pack from within instead of hitting it from the external point. But I'm sure some people will find a very nice way to destroy everything. But anyway, we're also getting greater volley support. So the volley support adds a couple projectiles. Greater volley support just adds more projectiles. It's pretty much the same as GMP is for LMP. And it's nowhere near innovative, but it's there and it's nice to have it anyway. Also, we have the barrage support, which turns every single or most skill gems into a barrage, pretty much. So you can do it with fire arrow, you can do it with lightning arrows. You should not be able to do it with some of those. For example, rain of arrows should not work with barrage. Also, shrapnel shot, which has been renamed with galvanic arrow, will actually work, and we will have kind of an interesting mechanic, because every subsequential shot will repeat the area damage cone, which means it might actually be good for either single target or just repeat the damage, additional damage to a very close area. Or if you can get it really far, you can actually be able to clear with that, but we'll see if that ever happens. Anyway, you can actually do combinations of those. So if you do the Arrow Nova plus the barrage, basically you fire the payload arrow, the arrow lands, and then all of the projectiles fire in a sequence, which should mean that they can shotgun. So having a big boss and you fire the payload in the middle of it, it might actually shotgun with all of the arrows. That is still to be proven though. Also, barrage with greater volley. Basically you shoot the arrows the same as greater volley, so all in a straight line, except that the first one and the last one have an additional arrow, and also they fire in a sequence, so you fire first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and they fire like very fast, of course, because you'll have a lot of attack speed by the time you're using these skills. And well, you can definitely check the video out, because it kind of explains really well. It's pretty short, but I mean, it does the job at explaining how it works. And yeah, that was all for this week, so if you enjoyed the video, leave a like and a comment down below. Also, if you want to remain updated every week, be sure to subscribe to my channel. That was all, I have been your host Giorgio, and I'll see you guys the next time.